Hello, I'm Meghan Schiller from KDKA-TV News, and this is your KDKA News Now update this Wednesday. I've got your top headlines and the latest weather. It is, of course, the first alert weather night here at KDKA for flooding. Our team has been all around the area checking the damage. We're going to start with Chris Hoffman in Beaver County.
To show you how far the water has come up on Rustic Park Road, where that white building is a couple hundred yards down the road, that is where the Connequanescent Creek should be. It has continued to rise throughout the day and pretty much now just leave a path of debris behind. Water continued to rise throughout the day in parts of Beaver as well as Butler County.
And finally, yep, it's time to abandon ship.
Dennis Brand and his family had to get out of their house in North Swickley Township, Beaver County, with the Connequanescent Creek flooding the area. He had to leave around 8 last night.
I drove my truck through it still, but now you're just screwed.
Beaver County emergency crews say there were a handful of people rescued from their homes in Franklin, Marion, and North Swickley townships. They all border the creek, and those crews say this is not out of the ordinary for the wet weather. It forced the closure of several roads and bridges. Even Riverside schools were remote for the day. While just over in Butler County, it was more of the same.
And I knew if we got a lot of rain last night, it was going to be another issue, but I didn't expect it to be this much.
The Connequanescent left its mark there as well, flooding places like Harmony and Renfrew. It turned the small town's main street and parks into a lake.
I didn't think it'd be this bad. I was kind of surprised.
The water sent debris down the creek and even slammed into the bridge going through Renfrew. You could hear the debris slamming into the metal bridge. For people living there, this is not the worst they've ever seen. And once that water does go back and dry up, the cleanup process will begin for everyone.
First thing you do is get dumpsters. Just start cutting everything out of the house. You go out wet and getting dehumidifiers in there and fans, trying to dry everything out.
This is exactly why we say turn around, don't drown. You can't even see the road at this point. It's pretty much overtaking mailboxes, easily a few feet above the ground. Now, for people living around here, they hope to see the water recede soon. Emergency crews fear it could continue to rise for a little while longer. In North Swickley Township, Beaver County, Chris Hoffman, KDKA-TV News.
The damage also spread to Washington County, getting so bad some communities declared a state of emergency. Shelley Bortz reports.
The heavy and steady rain is gone from earlier, but flooding concerns still linger as creek levels continue to rise. Take a look at Pigeon Creek here in Richardson Park. The water is flowing so swiftly, and at one point earlier today, it actually took out a small walking bridge.
I was born and raised here, and I've never seen the water that high.
As the rain continued to fall across Washington County, the mayor of Bentleyville, Tim Jansani, says he knew he had to act, and quickly, to keep his community safe.
That's the number one priority of when you're in government, safety of the people.
After consulting with the fire department, Jansani declared a state of emergency. He says the rain has resulted in flooded basements, power outages, and road blockages throughout the borough.
They went around and saw all the streets that were flooded and the park. We wanted to make sure that the people were aware that they stayed off of the streets that were back in shape.
Richardson Park was hit hardest in the borough. These are pictures shared by the Bentleyville Police Department that show just how devastating the rainwaters were. The park spans over 300 acres and offers a wide range of activities, including 6 miles of hiking trails and a playground, which was all partially submerged in water this morning.
We had 2 bridges to go over from the main part of the park to the secondary section of the park for the young kids, and there were 2 bridges there. The second bridge is no longer with us.
Jansani says he extended the state of emergency in the borough to 72 hours just to be safe. He adds if any more rain falls, the ground won't be able to hold it because it's already saturated.
When you just declare a state of emergency, that helps you in case there's any ability to recover some of the funds that were spent on the roads that are ruined.
Jansani commends the fire department here, saying they've been up for more than 24 hours checking on conditions, and he tells us they will continue until the weather clears up. In Bentleyville, Shelley Bortz, KDKA-TV News.
And now here's First Alert meteorologist Ray Petland with a look at your weather.
The water's still rising, and it's come up to pretty much the top stair. There, you get to go down a step and then the second step has water on it at Point State Park, if you're familiar there. So a very wet setup the past few days, with some spots picking up almost 5 inches of rainfall in just a couple of days. Leaves us with this very, very wet setup. Now, when it comes to the rivers, they are anticipated to crest late tonight and likely doing so around 27 feet, which pushes that into moderate flood stage. At that point, some water starts going up towards the jail. Of course, the fountain is covered in water. We have the bathtub section of the parkway closed down because water's going there. We have the 10th Street bypass with water on it as well, so that's closed. The North Shore Riverwalk has water on it, and it's likely going to have water on the North Shore Riverwalk until we get towards Saturday. I don't know if crews are going to have enough time to get that all cleaned up by the time the Pirates have their home opener. But we're in the midst of a little break. In this break, we're seeing some sunshine, but just know to the west, we have some more rain. That rain is going to continue to overspread the area. We still have our flood warnings that are going to continue till tomorrow in some cases. So high water in many spots. It hasn't had much of an opportunity to get out of here. While some of us see a little break right now, there's a lot more rain back behind it. Most of that rain, though, is lighter, but anything that's falling down certainly slows the draining process out. So rain and snow mixing in the next couple days as we start to see colder air interact with this next part of the system, which is the low. And it is going to be cold enough in some cases where we could see some driving issues in Garrett County and eastern Preston County. So winter weather advisory is going to effect at midnight and stay in effect until midnight Saturday morning. So on and off rain and snow the next couple days, and then we'll start to dry it up. So tonight, 39 degrees. Late tonight, a couple of snowflakes try to mix in. Tomorrow, at times, a few snowflakes mixed in with the raindrops. Temperatures only top it off in the lower 40s. So you can see how this works. Early rain and snow, then rain showers on and off for the day. Not a pretty Thursday, and for that matter, not a pretty Friday on the way as we see more rain and snow still hanging on. By the weekend, we do start to dry it up. Temperatures go up a lot on Sunday to 57, and then we're talking the 60s and 70s for next week. Monday, the day of the eclipse, we're looking at sunshine with some clouds, so peaks of sunshine there. Potentially a very isolated shower, but as it stands, it's looking okay come eclipse day.